Hi guys, German Prepper here. Today I thought I'd answer some more of your questions about myself, prepping and prepping in Germany. Now before we begin, I just wanted to show you this shooting club here. You'll find clubs like this across Germany, and if you want to do any kind of rifle shooting or hunting, you will need to be a member of one. So leaving the shooting club behind, let's go on a bit of a walk. What brought you to Germany? Well, I could say family, as that was a factor, but what truly brought me to Germany, however, was housing, believe it or not. I was living in a very nice rural village in southern England, but it was an extremely expensive mortgaged semi-detached house with 2 small bedrooms, 2 living rooms downstairs, no cellar, no garage. Selling that, I was able to buy a large detached house in Germany with bedrooms for all of my children and rooms to spare. Even more importantly, my house now has a double garage and a whole other level to the house underground. Sadly, still with a mortgage. Speaking of underground leads to the next question. Is your bunker under your house? My bunker, as seen in my bunker tour video, is in fact a room, one of many in my cellar. It is underground, concrete walls and ceiling, with a whole house on top. A good enough place to be come the day. How many months food and water do you recommend storing? Well guys, I'd not set an upper limit to what you should store because there are enough possible situations where having 3 or 10 or more years worth of water and food could indeed be needed. I would however recommend everyone aims for a minimum of 3 months water and food, building to 1 year's worth if possible. I have managed that with food. My stored water, if rationed, would be good for about 5 to 6 months, so still a way to go even for me. Moving on. Is living off wild game and fish a possibility in Germany? We have plenty of rural and wild areas here with an abundance of wildlife. However, the simple answer to this question is legally not really. Let me explain. A Jaeger or hunting license is required to own and use a hunting rifle, while a fishing rod license is required for fishing. Both require very expensive training courses followed by examinations. Even when qualified to practice your newly obtained skills, you must then gain permission from the landowner and likely pay a fee each day in the area. So you can get your qualifications, gain permissions, pay up, and then set about trying to live off wild game and fish. But for most people, it's never going to happen, although some clearly do give it a go. Now we have a follow-on question. Is foraging in Germany worth it? Yes, foraging is worth it. Personally, I love popping out for a few hours filming a video and then setting about to see what I can find. Bit like today. Wild strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, cherries, plums, apples, pears, all in abundance, along paths and in forest clearings at various times of the year. Wild garlic, actually a type of onion, is my favourite spring find. Winter, you're mostly down to stingy nettles, bramble leaves, pine nuts, rose hips, and something I greatly enjoy, pine needle tea. See my video on yard lawn edible weeds for the various other plants to be found and nibbled on. Next question, what religion are you? Now, if you've watched all my videos, then you'll already know the answer to this one. Catholic Christian. I would point out, guys, that I very strongly believe that being a Christian comes before anyone's sect or identifier. Christian first is my philosophy. I would also add that I judge a person by their character and not their professed faith. Final question. How do you juggle other hobbies and prepping? This one is easy. I make everything about being prepared. Learning new skills, fitness, home repairs, gardening, all prepping. Obviously, if you must watch movies, make them apocalyptic movies. Seriously. Now guys, there's something I want to show you here. They've cordoned it off a bit because they don't want me to walk on the grass here. There's a lovely new path. So let's just go down here. This is a little footbath. So this is lovely, freezing cold stream water. The stream's just there and it's obviously feeding some into this little pool here. The idea is you walk round, it will be freezing cold and apparently it's very, very good for your constitution. I'll be giving that a go in a little while, but I'm not going to do it on camera. So as you can hear, we're next to a whole load of working farms here, which is a great thing in the Black Forest. Wherever you go, you will find the average person just farming and looking after his land, his livestock, his fields, his woods. It's a really positive place to be for those who like self-determination and self-sufficiency. Some beautiful landscape here, really stunning. I see a campfire here, and even though I would love to have one, it is forbidden currently. The woods are tinder dry, and you'd get a hefty fine if you lit that one up. A question for you all now to end. What would you like to ask German Prepper if you had the chance? As always, looking forward to reading your answers, and you never know, I might just use your question in a future video. Keep prepping, guys. Cheers for now.